Hi there, this is Gary Ryan Blair, and if you've ever played the game of Monopoly, you've no doubt received one of those yellow community chests or orange chance cards that say, go to jail, go directly to jail, do not pass go, and do not collect $200. Now, this phrase has become widely used in popular culture to describe an action that is forced upon a person because of their bad behavior and which has only negative results or consequences. If you ever tried to make changes in your life, but despite your best efforts, seem to find yourself always reverting back to old habits and behaviors. If you've backslid on a diet, if you started but not finished a project, if you repeated a bad habit to your detriment, and if you want to put an end to these type of chronic behaviors for good, then you're absolutely going to love this message. But to do so, you're going to have to go directly to jail and not collect $200 in order to understand why these behaviors exist and, more importantly, what you can do to change them. So allow me to explain. Of all the mind-numbing statistics that are thrown about in the criminal justice system, perhaps none is more important than the recidivism rate. Recidivism rate represents the likelihood that someone who broke the law once will do it again after being set free. The word recidivism comes from the Latin root words meaning back and cater, meaning to fall or literally to fall back. And the word is most commonly used to discuss the relapse rate of criminals who have served their sentences and who have been released. However, it can be used for any relapse in behavior to include alcoholism, drugs, porn, adultery, lying, cheating, stealing, anger, tardiness, manipulation, procrastination, selfishness, greed, worry, stress, mediocrity, you name it, it's in there. So you're guilty of being a repeat offender to any of these behaviors? Come on, we all are. So allow me a little liberty here as to what follows can change your life and your career. It can improve your relationship with your kids and maybe even save your marriage. See, while criminals are not one of my marketing demographics, I do want to use this lesson to focus on a different form of criminal behavior and to explain how one would go about reducing their own recidivism rates. More specifically, we're going to focus on certain non-flattering aspects of your behavior and how it impacts your results in every area of your life and career. So let's begin by defining what I mean by criminal behavior. See, criminal behavior is any act that violates forward progress. It's an act that undermines self-esteem, that compromises your reputation and your character, that decreases your earning ability, and which negatively impacts your relationships, your future, your quality of life, and your overall peace of mind. And a moment's reflection will validate this argument. See, if the goal is to live a life of excellence, to lead by example, and to unleash your greatness, then it's a criminal act to do anything less than your absolute best. It's a criminal act to dishonor commitments, to make promises and not keep them, to set goals and not achieve them, and to say one thing and to do another. So here's the deal. Lying is deliberate and calculated deception. Greed is a repulsive, bottomless pit of selfishness. Debt and overspending imprison, enslave, and extort your peace of mind and your future growth. Gossip is an emotional cancer that is practiced by the weak and which preys on others' misfortune. Mediocrity is a corrupted belief system that undermines any chance of greatness. Apathy, procrastination, and laziness are all forms of behavioral rot. And perhaps the greatest form of criminal behavior, the primary weapon of mass destruction that undermines more lives, that abuses more marriages, and destroys more careers, is neglect. See, neglect is the act of failure and betrayal. It is not caring for nor paying attention to something or to someone. When you neglect or simply demonstrate indifference to your health, to your money, personal development, your employees, your customers, etiquette, and relationships, well, they quickly begin to deteriorate. They take on the look and feel of a shabby, run-down, dilapidated building on the bad side of town. And for those who are tempted to justify neglect, or who like to think that they can talk their way out of criminal behavior, I want you to heed these words. Behavior never lies. The cold, hard truth is that you cannot talk yourself out of a problem that you behaved yourself into. You can only behave yourself out of a problem that you behaved yourself into. See, I have a very simple philosophy on life and success, and that is, you shouldn't steal from yourself. Yet that is exactly what we're all guilty of doing. And if you're going to commit your life to excellence, to wealth creation, the security and financial well-being of your family, and if other people who include your staff, your team, your spouse, and your children are going to commit their lives to you, then you owe it to yourself and to everyone else around you to get the highest, the best, and the most consistent results. And this can only be achieved by and through behavioral excellence. In other words, you must be on your best behavior at all times. That is why you need to raise your awareness and to adjust your attitude to what fully constitutes criminal behavior. In the game of Monopoly, the go-to-jail space is located between Marvin Gardens and Pacific Avenue. And it only takes one bad roll of the dice to quickly find yourself back in the clink. The same exact thing is true for any area of your life that you're interested in changing. Just one behavioral relapse can put an end to your career, your relationship, your reputation, and your finances. Also in Monopoly, there's one get-out-of-jail-free card that you'll find in both Chance and Community Chess. Any player can use this card to leave jail on their next turn. Well, what that means to you and I is that behavioral excellence is your get-out-of-jail-free card. It's the key to a lifetime of success and fulfillment, and most importantly, it's also the primary solution to recidivism. So in closing, I want you to challenge yourself to act with excellence, as the key to improving the quality of your life will always be found in improving the quality of your behavior.